What's up, guys? It's TC and MarkyB here. Just doing a really quick video just do my thoughts on EGL, what happened with our team, things like that. Personally, my performance wasn't good enough. I believe that. I was very inconsistent. I had some sick maps where I destroyed it, and then the next time it was a pure focus thing. I think I kind of lost focus a lot of the time. And I mean, it wasn't evident if you're watching behind me or things like that. My communication wasn't up to par. Just things like that. I mean, I did have some sick maps, as I'm expected to have, but it wasn't as consistent as I'd usually expect myself to be. So on a personal note, I was kind of disappointed with myself in regards to that. I mean, the games we actually lost, Millennium, which we were also down from the Horizon game, and they just came off the back of a few wins, so they were really pumped. They just simply played better than us, more on the ball, the rotation was faster, the communication was better, and they beat us 3-1, and fair play to them. They didn't really look like they were going to lose. Horizon, that was just another kettle of fish really. Both hardpoint maps. I honestly believed the first 4 maps of the whole series we should have won every single map. And the last map, to be fair, they deserved to win, but that was right after we had just choked, the biggest choke ever had been a part of, and I think we were all just so down. But I mean, we did try and bring ourselves up after that. We did say to ourselves, "Oh, we're gonna get over that. Next game doesn't matter." But it wasn't in the back of my mind. I didn't think personally it was in the back of my mind. Obviously, I can't really talk about my teammates. I ended up dropping 15 kills in that map, but that doesn't matter. I'm not going to brag about making kills, but personally I felt after the disappointment of the Slums hardpoint game, which, unless you didn't see it or know, we were up 210 to 99, and we just basically threw it away. We stopped making kills, stopped rotating to get anchor. We just started filling ourselves at the hardpoint and hoped that we would get the last points. We were so far ahead, we thought we were able to do that. And they ended up just fighting back and winning the game, which obviously we were all just so gutted about. It was so stupid by us. We made really bad plays, didn't work as a team. We were pushing out as individuals, trying to be heroes, things like that. And they won by 4 points or 3 points, something like that, on the hard point when we should have won it easily. I mean, it could have been a 100-point club. We had spawns when we were up at that point as well on the back garage hard point, and we just all ran in and died. They got spawns, got that time, got the next time, got the next time, got the next time, got like full 60 in the majority of hard points. We got 20 points and they got 140. And honestly, it was the biggest choke I've ever been a part of. And I think the next map, I did get over it personally. And obviously, like I said, I can't see the back of my team's heads, but they obviously would have been gutted. Horizon were on. Like, they were obviously fucking living life after KyLee winning a 16 kill streak. They were all obviously buzzing after that win. So they ended up going on to win the S&D 6-4, I believe. We did try our best in S&D. That was probably one of the things we did find. It was from, but we were just kind of going off Gfinity, our practice. We didn't come up with anything new. We didn't really have time to do that. And which is obviously there was other commitments. People had holidays, things like that. People had just other things to do, and that sometimes comes in the way. And unfortunately for us, it was bad time in EGL, and we didn't have any new strats. We just all went off Gfinity, and to be fair, we probably could have still won the event off that. On S&D, we could have still won the event, but on S&D, we weren't working as a team like we were at Gfinity. We were challenging things, getting picked off. Like we weren't doing anything stupid, because the amount that was on the line at Gfinity, I think that made put us under a lot more pressure, and I think we thrived under that, and we didn't make any stupid plays. Whereas we done that a lot more at EGL, which obviously isn't great. And that's all I can really say from the event. Congrats to Horizon Millennium for coming second place. Congrats to Infused. I really did predict them as one of the favourites to win the event. They themselves before the event were kind of doubting themselves, but they obviously showed how good they were at LAN. I'm really surprised that Josh is winning events on this game. After, like, I seen it myself. It wasn't too great, but you've seen the effort he's put in the last few months, and he's actually smashed it. And he's shown how good he can be winning events again. Jake smashed it, broke the curse. Bizzle obviously won a few events before. Vintage 100% record of event wins on this game, which speaks for itself really. I know he's only attended 2 events, but he's won 2 events. So I mean, sick pickup. I wonder if that away team will be kind of gutted that they actually dropped him before the event, like a week before for Wongy. Wongy played quite well from the event from what I've seen. From one of the games that I watched, he made a few silly decisions, but I think maybe that was just him. I don't know. I actually don't know, but he played well. So that's us back from the event. We're not going to lose our focus. Like, if we're ever in that situation again, there's no way we're losing it. I think that was a whole learning curve for us. I think we're kind of grateful that happened to us at EGL. No offence to EGL, great event. I loved the EGL this time. The event was probably one of the best it's ever ran. It was actually my highest placement at EGL as well. But obviously we wanted first and nothing less, and to lose it in the fashion we did, I mean, it was just a bit depressing. But yeah, I think these sort of videos are kind of going to help me get over that sort of thing. I was really good. Obviously, I left Horizon, which kind of added to it, added to the whole pressure of the situation. I left that team. They all said before the event that they weren't half as good without me, and then they just beat me, which kind of made me feel a bit shit. But oh well. I mean, like I said before, I'm glad we've done it at this event rather than evidently an event with bigger repercussions like G-Finny. I mean, if we lost in that sort of manner for maybe a few £1,000s, I think I'd be a bit more gutted. But obviously, we didn't get to. Obviously, it's all about winning. The money doesn't really come into too much account. Obviously, in events like G-Finny, winning money is massive. But for me, EGL, things like that, the money. Obviously, it's been known that you don't get any money too fast with EGL. So the money isn't really the main thing for me. Winning the event and getting that first place, like the reputation, things like that, the bragging rights. I know that's kind of stupid, but like things like that are what's the most important to me. Winning is all that I care about, to be honest. The money is obviously amazing. Winning, like getting a few £100 in your bank account, you can't really complain about that. Really, you cannot. But yeah, guys, that's my EGL summary video. I've told you what went wrong. Actually, I'm going to talk about an individual level. I don't actually know why I didn't play as good individually. Like I said before, it was a focus thing. There's numerous reasons it could be. I actually played with this new controller because my scuff broke on the day of the event, but I couldn't sprint, so I had to play with this new controller. My shot wasn't that good at, it wasn't that good at range. Like, I wasn't picking up kills that I would. I was just simply wasn't. And I just wasn't used to control really. It was brand new, never been used, so it was kind of rigid, which obviously isn't great, but there was nothing else I could do. It was either using a new controller, not be able to sprint, and obviously not being able to sprint is probably more of a disadvantage. It's obviously more of a disadvantage. So I had to do this, and I didn't play as well, and that could have been one of the reasons. There was obviously things like focus, things like that to account. But a lot of people said, oh, we didn't do as well without Swizz. Swizz does great wonders for us when he's hyped us up and things like that. But to be honest, we were all so hyped that event throughout until after the Horizon game. We were just going mad. On hard points, we were smashing folk. We were smashing. And up until we were 210 up to 100 up, we were still at that point where we were smashing folk against Horizon. And then that was the changing point for us in the tournament. We losing that hard point. We lost our hype. We lost it. It was not to do with Swizz. As much as he does gain to that, but we made sure this event that more so than DreamHack, we were super hyped for it throughout, and that was one of the main things we considered. So it was nothing to do with that. It was just things like focus, like I said. If we had a coach there, just saying to us, we were just flooding the front of the hard points, not working as a team. Like at G-Finny, we had Jake coaching us the majority of the time, and I'm sure if we were doing that, he would have said to us, no guys, go in the back and flank, and we would have got out and won the game. We would have, it was just that simple. It was just simple mistakes that lost us it. As much, if I'm going to be completely honest here, as much as the Horizon guys are sick players and things like that, it was not it wasn't because they are a sick team. If this is my honest opinion, it wasn't because obviously they're in some sick individual plays and things like that, but it wasn't because they played overly well that they won that game. It wasn't because they didn't play I love all those guys in that team. They're all really good mates with me, but third place for them, they didn't really deserve it. This is going to sound so harsh and bitter. They didn't really deserve it. I'm sorry if I offend anyone. Sorry, Kyle. Sorry, but this is my honest opinion. I'm not going to be nice because it's a video. They beat Aware, who were a pickup team, 4-1. for top 6, and then they were actually getting smashed by us. If I'm honest, they were, and we just let it slip. Obviously they didn't. They went ham after that, but they weren't playing too good. They were. It was more mistakes that cost us than them playing good, and that's my honest opinion. And I'm sorry if that's going to offend them. Like I said, I'm really good mates with them. Like, I used to team with them for ages. I mean, I went to Momo's house before the event, things like that. But that's my honest opinion, and I'm not gonna kind of be nice and say, oh no, it was them playing amazing, they played amazing, because I don't honestly believe that. That is not my opinion. I'm gonna sound really bad right now, but I want to just put that opinion forward. Just be honest. Like, do you know what I mean? Honesty is the best policy. Obviously, some things are there not to be said, but I think that is something that I need to say. So, going into this, we're actually going to I-Series in about a week and a half, and we're going to come back with fire. I swear to God, we're going to win that event, and I swear we are. And I'm not taking anything else but first at that event either. We know what we've done wrong, we know what we need to work on, and I just want first place, and that's all I'm going to be gunning for. So, thanks a lot guys for watching the video, and I'll see you all later. Peace out.